All right, my tarot maniacs. The media is buzzing today, and I'm recording this on Monday, the 12th, that Meghan may be coming back to the UK. On Wednesday, we are going to grade my Princess Catherine, Princess of Wales 2025 predictions, and we're going to have all new 2026 predictions, and we're going to have a live together. But today's Tuesday when you guys are getting this, so we can talk about this too. If this is true, if Meghan Markle is going to be following Prince Harry back to the United Kingdom, 2026 becomes a year of comparison, contrast, and competition, whether anybody wants it or not. So we are going to take a look at this. It's not a cat fight. This is power versus position. It's visibility versus stability. And we are going to look at Meghan versus Catherine in 2026, energetically, strategically, and publicly. I'll be right back. All right, my little buttercups, we are going to jump right into this, but I do want to set the stage. So our framework for this, because we're all big fans of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, she is the future queen. She is institutional continuity. Wait until you see her video tomorrow. Stick around for it. Set a reminder, hit the bell, make sure you're getting all my alerts. And she is a representative of the long game monarchy. I do think that the late great Queen Elizabeth had her right under her wing, and she tutored Catherine in the art of the long game. So what does Meghan represent? And I'm an American over here. She came from my country, but she represents disruption, narrative control, and media leverage. So they're not playing the same game, these two gals. They are competing in the same arena, though, for public perception, public adoration. I don't think that Catherine tries for it as much as Meghan does. And I think most of you would agree with me. So again, Catherine's aligned with Prince William and the crown. Meghan is aligned with her own interests and turning Harry into some kind of celebrity billionaire. Didn't happen. And we also have that shadow presence of King Charles III in 2026. So let's do a side by side. We are going to start out with both ladies' energy, the power dynamic between them. I'm going to bring up the card view. Please, please, please hit that like button. It absolutely helps. Let YouTube know that you guys like my goods. So, all right, we're going to do Meghan's energy on the left and Catherine's on the right. This is for 2026 energy about and toward each other. You ready? Let's get ready to rumble. We're not allowed to say that. We've got Meghan on the left. And we've got the future queen on the right. So we've got general energy for them. Meghan does not know what direction she is going in. This is indecisive. Should I stay or should I go? Not a Stranger Things reference, but this is, do I stay in the United States? Do I go with my husband? This is a real pickle. Catherine, on the other hand, is going into 2026. She's doing what As Ever suggested. She's easing into her 2026 without a care in the world. I think this is a really good energy. What about her there? Energy toward each other. So this is Meghan toward Catherine and Catherine Poor Meghan. Well, no surprise here that Catherine has some negative feelings toward her former sister-in-law. I'm going to call her former sister-in-law. She has some negative feelings about it. She does not like her, not at all. It's like avocado brownies. I do not like an avocado brownie. Why would we eat an avocado brownie when we can just have the real thing and eat the calories and really enjoy it? I'm just saying, if you like avocado brownies, let me know in the chat. Over here, Meghan is seeing that all of her hard work is not yielding a dang thing. This is a tough lesson for her. This is something that is really hard to grasp. All of the efforts that she has put out there to obtain the mantle of Diana, Princess of Wales 2.0, has failed. In the meantime, that mantle has been draped over Catherine, Princess of Wales, but she is not taking the mantle. She is putting it on the side and carving her own way. You'll see in tomorrow's reading when it drops some interesting things about Catherine and Princess Diana. So you're going to have to check that out, Diana, Princess of Wales. What is the strategy of each of these gals? We've got strategy there and we've got strategy there. Meghan is thinking about it. That don't think about it, be about it. She is still thinking about rebrand. She's thinking about how to obtain the interest of others out there, of the public. She is looking about how she can steal some thunder. What Catherine is doing is very interesting because Catherine is playing the long game, where Meghan is completely impatient. Catherine is patient to the nth degree. And this is a gift. This is inheritance from Queen Elizabeth. Catherine has gotten that. So I think that this is pretty wild. What is the power dynamics between them? 2 cards. The power dynamic between them is Catherine does not want power, legacy. This isn't something that she set out in her childhood. She didn't say, I want to be Queen of England, whereas Meghan said, I want to be Queen of the world. So the power dynamic and the interest is very different between these two gals. Catherine effortlessly attracts power to her, whereas Meghan's grasping makes it go just further away. The Wheel of Fortune is that actions taken early on set these particular wheels in motion. Butterfly effect for Meghan. There may have been some point in her life that if she had just made a different turn, gone in a different direction, she would have wound up in a better power position in this particular relationship. Unfortunately, I think the lack of gratitude, the grasping and greediness that we see out of Meghan is something that is energetically setting her on a really, really bad path. Whereas Catherine is grateful for the little things, a comfy pair of sneakers, a fuzzy pair of socks, an extra blanket at the end of the bed. She is grateful for those small things. And I truly do think that she is a lovely person. I'm sorry, but some of you can disagree with me. I truly think that she is a lovely person. And I think that there are moments where she goes, I can't believe that this is my life. But then she just kind of shucks it off and goes, I'm going to get to work. Just real gratitude. This is a lesson in how, if we have a little bit of grace for the things that are given to us, that we can succeed and we can increase those exponentially. So, public and media response to the gals. Public and media response to the gals. What is the public saying about Meghan? What is the public saying about Catherine? The public is saying about Meghan, they don't like her. I'm not making it up, guys. You're seeing it right here. Catherine, they are not quite ready for her to advance into the queen position. And I understand that because I do think that it's very bittersweet. We really all love Catherine and William, but we don't want that at the expense of Charles. What is the media going to say about Meghan? The media is going to be rife with lots of information about Meghan, but it is also engineered by them. So pay to play is going to be a thing going into 2026. What about Catherine with the media? The media is going to be watching her with the idea of her ascension to the throne as the queen consort. That's what they're going to be making some judgments on her. So I don't know if they will be kind. I think we're going to get a mixed bag. I think we'll get some are nice, some are like, well, we got to see, and some will be like, well, I don't think she's going to be a great queen at all. She's a commoner, blah, 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 blah. So I think we're going to see that. So who holds the upper hand in the court of public opinion? We've got Meghan here, Page of Pentacles, trying to build a legacy, and Catherine. Oh, look at that. It doesn't get any easier than that. My tarot students, if you are looking at a compare and contrast and you get a lesser card, they don't win. You get the higher card wins. This is wild. Kings are wild. Kings of Pentacles are wild. So the Page of Pentacles has the idea but can't execute the plan. The knights are typically the ones that execute the plans. The queens decorate them, they paint it, they make it look pretty, and the kings rule over all and maintain it. So when we get this kind of extension, this kind of progression in our court cards, we've got starting out, mastering. It looks like Catherine is going to come out on top of the public and media perspective. So who will hold the upper hand, or what is their hand going to look like at the end of 2026? Let's see. We've got Meghan's noun and verb at the end of 2026, and we've got Catherine's noun and verb at the end of 2026. What's her noun? End of 2026, she is going to be starting over, and she's going to be starting in a position of power. So what does that mean? Let's look at Catherine's. Catherine's going to be looking back and very, very busy working. This retrospection I like that she keeps looking backward. This tells me that Meghan may be on her own by next year. She may be going to make her own court and her own little comfy, cozy corner of the world, probably back here in the United States if she leaves. This will be Meghan going. These swords are about endings and beginnings. We're cutting something off and moving on into something else. So the end of the year, I think Meghan is actually going to be stepping into her own power, but with some autonomy. So does that look like a divorce? Perhaps, maybe so. Maybe so. So what else do we have on our list here? What is Meghan's core motivation in terms of Catherine in 2026? What is her main motivation? This may get mean, guys, so just don't be upset. Her main motivation is justice in reverse. Turn that justice upside down so that she can be seen as the starter and the generous one, and that will come out into the world. She wants to say, it's not enough that she wants to be seen as an altruistic power player in the charitable world, but she wants to wreck Catherine in the meantime. What is, well, we're not going to look at Catherine yet. Not yet. What does she want from this UK re-entry if it happens? What does she want? She wants to go right back to what they were doing before. That's what she wants. She wants to be a working royal once again. The half in, half out. They basically took a 6-year vacation or 7-year vacation, however long they've been gone. They basically just took a vacation. She wants to re-enter exactly the way that she did before. She's probably going to ask for her old house back too. Imagine that. They're going to ask for Frogmore? Well, we'll live there for a little while until you can get us in better accommodations. Oh, she is a piece of work, this one. She is a piece of work. Is the return, the rumored return to the UK, the rumored return, Is it about reconciliation? It's about bridging two worlds. She wants to bridge two worlds. So they're still trying for the half in, half out. Is it for relevance? Yes, they want people to like them. They are not liked here in the United States. Guess what? You're not liked in the UK either. Are they going to be liked in the UK? Let's clarify this craziness, guys. There's nothing for them to do. It's all down the road, very, very impatient, and they're going to act out about it. So if they go together, if they try to make this show of being some kind of royal, if they make this show to do that, it's not going to work. It is not going to work at all. Is this to give them leverage over the family, the return to the United Kingdom? Is it to give them leverage over the family? No, it is for a fresh new start. They both want to go back. Her and Harry want to go back to get back in the safety of the world. Before I jump off Meghan, will she create an event in 2026 that is going to be alarming so that they can guarantee a place back in the royal family or in the safety of the royal realm? It's a tower card, guys. It's a tower card. Annabelle showed up. Yep. The only place they are safe is at home. And this home is not going to be Los Angeles. It's not going to be Montecito. It's not going to be California. If they do stay, and I do think that there's going to be an event that we are all privy to, a dangerous event for the children and the Sussexes here in the United States. And believe me, the United States is popping off. They'll probably blame it on ICE or something. I do think that that is going to be an excuse to go back there. We need protection, security. Are they running from their bills? Is Meghan running from her bills? They got nothing left in the tank, guys. They're all out of ideas. They're brainstorming, but there's no one's buying what they're brainstorming. So yes, 2026, she is going to be running from those bills. But I think there's going to be some other things that are going to be in there. Other things. So I don't think that Meghan necessarily wants to belong to the royal family again. I think she wants to position herself back in the royal family. Calling for security, safety. I think this is what we're getting. Let's skip it on over to Catherine, Princess of Wales, who is not fighting an image battle, but she is fighting a personal one. So what role does Catherine step into in 2026? This is specifically in regard to the Meghan Markle situation, the Prince Harry situation, mainly the Meghan Markle situation. What role does she step into? She does not want them there. She is actually going to be a bit of a hodor. She is going to be holding the door, making sure that they don't get free access. What would Catherine do if it was unilaterally up to her? What would she do with the Sussexes knocking on the door? Open discussion, and she would bring it out to a group. She would say, you cannot go home. You sullied your experience here. You had a lot of things to say. You were empirically not happy here. Chariot, there's no road back. You have to find your own way. Your future is all your own. go forth. You started this process in place, and now the momentum is impossible to stop. You are free now to go and do your bidding and stake your claim. You may have left in haste, but you're on your own. I think it's a very, some may say that's a cold message. I don't think that it's a cold message. I think it is a message of you reap what you sow. Your responsibility is to the dreams that you were building, the castles you were building, so to speak. Is Catherine competing with Meghan? There are some sugars that say Catherine is actually competing with Meghan and jealous of Meghan. Is this so? Is she competing? We all know she's very competitive. Not competing. Maybe competing. That is maybe competing. There's no contest, though. I do think that Catherine, through the tutelage of the royal family, has now reached a level of refinement that Meghan is averse to. And I think that is where Catherine continues to go from strength to strength. I think she continues to develop as a poised, elegant, gracious young woman. I'm going to call her a young woman. She's a bit younger than me. But I do think that in Catherine's mind, anyone can conduct themselves in this fashion. Anyone can become refined and gracious and elegant. It just takes a little bit of effort and shucking off of the ego. And so I think Catherine is somewhat disgusted with how Meghan has refused to even consider the ways and means of the royal family. I think in Catherine's estimation, everything that was presented as a nicety or a formality in the royal family was met with, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? That's so sexist. It's so this, it's so that. I think really that is what she was met with. I think that's what Catherine has witnessed out of Meghan Markle. So not competing, but I do think there's a little schadenfreude in there when she saw Meghan kind of fall on her face or refuse to do protocol, and then everyone goes, what are you doing? Why are you doing it that way? So I think Catherine kind of enjoyed that after a while. I can't blame her. Schadenfreude is kind of awesome. So I think that we've got quiet authority from the soon-to-be king or queen. I'm going to say the soon-to-be queen. She doesn't need to speak because the institution speaks for her. Her conduct speaks for her. Her behavior speaks for her. The actions of her children speak for her. You cannot, despite all of the nannies and whatnot, you cannot raise decent children without putting in the effort. In 2026, Catherine's power is earned. In 2026, Meghan Markle's power is negotiated. A little bit of a different year. It's not a flashy year for either of them. So I think this is going to be really, really fun. What else can we ask on this? I mean, Meghan is just trying to win back ground. The other is standing on ground that can't be taken from her. Meghan will never achieve the place that Catherine is in. She will never do that. So, does the palace under King Charles ever try to broker this quiet war? King Charles definitely has tried to. What does he say to Catherine? You're above all that. You are above all of this. You don't have to dislike her. You don't have to be affected by her. Your station is well above her. Just smile and wave. What about Meghan Markle? What would he say to her? That you will be well cared for. You will be well treated, but you have to understand your place. Your place is not at the head of the table. Your place is at the end of the table. You sit where I tell you to. You eat when I tell you to. You stop eating when I eat, and you go to bed when I go. At least that's what happens when they go to Balmoral. No one goes to bed before the sovereign when they're at Balmoral. That is one of the rules. So poor Harry, caught between worlds. Before we jump out of this, is Meghan Markle at home in her current residence energetically? Is she at home? There's a reason I'm asking this. Yes, her current residence does feel like home. Is it possible for her to stay there? No, it is not going to happen. What for? Too many bills. There's too many bills there, guys. Too many bills, and they overbought. They overbought. So what I don't mean it's because we don't know if they own the Montecito mansion. They overbought in their life. They're outspending their income. So this is kind of unfortunate. So if we bring her back to the United Kingdom, can she assimilate? Absolutely not. No. The ability to have like an apology is years too late. She may be able to tinker around and like, I don't know, sell some jam, sell a couple of wickless candles. She may be able to generate a little bit of action, but it's going to be more of like the MLM kind of income, multi-level marketing, so if you want to sell like some essential oils online or makeup or, outfits for working out, whatever that is, she may be able to do that. She may be able to get some endorsements if they are welcomed back by the royal family. Would Catherine ever, out of sympathy for Harry's stupidity, would she ever create a soft landing for Meghan Markle? Let me know in the comments before I flip these. Do you think she would ever do that? Absolutely not. We got that reverse page in the beginning. So I think we have come full circle with our Catherine. Catherine cannot even fathom having to be around this woman. If we ever see them in the same room, in the same vicinity with smiles on their face, Catherine is going to be acting her knickers off. Not that she would act her knickers off, but I think she's going to be acting her knickers off. I do think that she is a much better actress than Meghan. So let's do a little bit of a future cast here. I'm going to jump fully into the future. Let's go 10 years down the road. So we're talking 2036. Holy crow. Some of us won't be here. Some more of us will be here. We'll have new people here. But let's see 2036. How is the relationship between these two ladies? Noun, adjective for Meghan. Noun, adjective for Catherine. Temperance. Meghan is going to be beating her head against the wall. Still the same. What about Catherine? Catherine's going to have enough on her plate. She is not going to have to worry about ex-laws or ladies of the past or people that don't like her out there somewhere on the internet. She is not going to be bothered. Nay bothered, because she's no zipped up the back Where are my Scottish people at? Becky, I'm looking at you. So here, I think in 10 years' time, God willing, Catherine will be safely on the throne, doing what she does best, starting new initiatives, having new patronages, taking care of children, being beloved by everyone around, being the best queen that she can be. And I think Meghan will be struggling for purchase, still competing with the lovely Catherine, Princess of Wales, or Queen Consort, if that is the case at that time. So I think the competition between these two ladies really is one-sided. I do think that Catherine has a little bit of schadenfreude when she sees Meghan fall on her face, but for the most part, I think that the competition really doesn't exist. I think it's really in Meghan's head, Meghan trying to be better than the lady that will be queen. So if you guys have some questions about this, drop them in the comments below, and maybe we'll do a live in the future on this one. If you want a live, you can put it in the comments down below. Please do a live on this so we can ask questions. But this was kind of a breaking news for me. I wanted to get this out here because there's so much buzz on the internet about Meghan possibly coming back with Harry. So we're going to see what happens. 2026 is going to be a crazy year. Remember, in numerology, it's a number 1 year, so it is about new beginnings. So is this Harry and Meghan going back to fulfill their royal duties? Is it Catherine and William ascending to the throne? I don't know. We're going to have lots of cool stuff out there, but I'm going to be here for it. You're going to be here for it. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not subscribed, give me a subscribe, hype this video, whatever you got to do. I would love to see more of you in the cookie jar with me. Thanks so much for being here. You all have a great day. I'll see you in the future.